So without further ado, let's just see how yesterday's concrete casts turned out. The camera will stop shaking in about 10 seconds. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to make a little message for YouTube. Won't take but a second. Okay, here we go. Hello, period. Welcome to my sculpture studio. Let's see. Welcome to my sculpture studio. Feel free to ask anything. And be sure to oh well, let's type it the old-fashioned way. And be sure to check out my finished work at ClayBraven.etsy.com. Okay. Send message. So on YouTube, this message will now appear. I'm going to pin it. There we go. All right. So where I can see it. Okay, there. All right, everything's ready to go. This is my turnip carrot sculpture, and when you see the rubber is, the mold is made of rubber, so I can squeeze it this way and make it really fat, or I can squeeze it this way and make it skinny. When I cast it skinny, it's a carrot. I paint it orange and green, and it becomes like a cute carrot. And when I squish it this way and make it fat, it's sort of a turnip or a radish. And I paint it magenta and green. And yesterday I cast it just using this little Tupperware container to squeeze it top to bottom and make it fat. So this will be a turnip. Which I just broke. Did you see that? Look at this. All that work. Okay. Well, let me see. I might be able to glue it back together. I know why this happened. I'm using a little bit of cheaper concrete, which is very good. It's very strong masonry mortar, actually, but it takes 7 days to cure. So for the first few days, it's just kind of crumbly and weak. And in 7 days, this will actually be very strong. What a shame. It's such a good cast, too. I think what I'm going to do is just set it aside. Oh, I don't know. I could glue it all back together again, hide the seams, paint it, make it all actually stronger than it originally was. But that would take more work than just casting a new one. It's such a beautiful cast too, thin and light. But I should have left it curing for 7 days instead of overnight because I forgot. I wasn't using my super high grade quick setting concrete. I was using cheaper stuff, which is excellent, but you have to let it sit for 7 days. So this, yeah, look at that. Okay, let's let bygones be bygones. This is definitely a bygone. So I'll just cast another one today. That's what it'll look like eventually. Sometimes I use that masonry mortar because it's only $8 or $9 for an 80-pound bag, which is basically free. And the higher grade stuff, which it has all the same texture, same consistency, even not quite as good wet handling characteristics, but it's $37 for a 55-pound bag. So it makes a lot of sense to use the less expensive stuff if I'm not in a hurry. The eventual sculpture is absolutely equivalent in strength and quality. So this one, you can see it was made of the same stuff as this. Quikrete Mason Mix. It's a Type S cement. But it's weak and crumbly. So I'm just going to let it sit out here for 7 days or so. And pick it up. Start working with it after that. Okay, this one is also like that one. It's made of cement that is still a bit crumbly, but it's got enough strength. Actually, I can feel a little bit of warmth. I think it's still curing. But I'll give it a thumbnail test. It's got enough strength that I can't scratch it with my thumb. And that tells me it has a simple cast like this with a one-piece mold and no real overhangs or details that are going to stress the sculpture when I take it out of the mold. It's got enough strength that I can take it out of the mold gently now without damaging it. Remember, this is the same strength of that one that just crumbled. But if you just delicate with it, it'll be okay. And then because this sculpture is the form is very simple, so taking it out of the mold doesn't stress it at all. Now I can work on it during the next few days, and it will. One of the advantages of it being crumbly and weak is that the rasp will work on it very easily. That's a good lemon. Just gotta be gentle with it. And it won't require any special treatment to solidify and harden up over the next 5 or 6 days. Even in fairly dry air, there's enough humidity, there's enough water vapor in the air, not in liquid form, but just in the air, that to continue the chemical process of hydration by which the concrete solidifies into rock. And that'll go on actually forever, but the most important strengthening will happen in the next 5 to 7 days. Same with this one. It's a simple form. Taking it out of the mold won't stress it too much, so yeah, I can't scratch it with my fingernails, so it's hard enough to work with. Looks good. Little bubble hole on the nose, which is totally fixable. I'll show you how I fix those. This is a wood putty filler, but it's actually chemically, it's basically drywall joint compound. It's a plaster, like a plaster of Paris with a little bit of glue or something in it, whatever it is. And it works just fine. For little non-structural defects like this, just rub it on and it erases the hole. It erases that little pinhole. Okay. If you were watching yesterday, you'll remember this. So yesterday I poured, over the past few days I've cast one side, then the other side, put them together. And yesterday I poured concrete inside and sloshed it around and poured it out the sides to glue together the seam for this sculpture. And let's see how it looks when I take it out. Here's another one I cast yesterday. This will be a small refrigerator magnet. Yeah, that'll turn out good. Just grind it smooth and give it some interesting borders at the top and bottom. It'll be a nice magnet. I'm mainly being gentle, not because the sculpture is delicate, but because I don't want to tear the rubber mold. This is high-grade cement that is very strong now because it's been in. I said that, and look what I just did. I just broke this tip off of here. You know what? This is weak because it's been out in the cold. That's why. I didn't put this indoors to cure for several days. I've had it curing outdoors. Well, these little tips breaking off are something less than a heartbreak. I mean, they're easily fixable. Still, I don't like having something less than perfect. Anyway, let's see if there's any other damage. No, okay. Yeah, this is all fixable. It's just going to be a little extra work. So, if I glue that back on, I'll fix it with putty. I think epoxy putty is going to be a lot stronger. This doesn't look like it matches here. Where else did this come from? Well, I'm going to fix these tips here. I don't know if you can see these tips that broke off. I'm going to fix those with epoxy putty later. They'll be stronger than the actual concrete, actually. So let's take this off. I'm sure the front will be a lot stronger than the back. Maybe not. Well, it's going to be about the same. I'll just have to be careful. Oh, look at that. This is rapidly turning into a disaster. Look what I just done. Okay. Yeah, it's still worth fixing, I guess. Okay. I think I'm learning a lesson not to cure things in cold weather because it slows the process down. I'm used to taking this thing out of the mold. It's usually strong enough to take out of the mold within 7 or 8 hours and overnight for sure. But it's been in here for 3 days, but not indoors. It's been outdoors, just above freezing. And so it's a little weak, but I've gone this far. It's either a total loss or it's going to be a lot of work to fix. So let's just see what happens. If it's a total loss, I'll just start casting a new one today. That's good. This is fixable, but it's going to be a hassle. I'll just have to make a determination whether it's worth all the work of fixing it or whether it's easier just to cast a new one entirely. Probably the latter by this time. Let's see what happens here. it's a good enough cast that it's kind of tantalizing. I can fix it with enough epoxy putty. It's just going to take a lot of steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay, this is going on the fix it file. It'll eventually be good, but it's going to sit around for a few weeks. Okay, that one's on the fix it pile. So we had one minor disaster today, and one other minor disaster. But like I was telling a student just the other day, if you make a mistake as an artist, all you have is a piece of concrete to throw away. It's not like if you're a dentist or an airline pilot or something like that. So all I have is the only problem I have is a growing fix-it pile. But if that thing gets old enough and I don't feel like fixing it, I could just put it out in my front yard and with a note that says free for anyone who will give it a good home. Maybe put a few little suggestions for how to fix it up. There might be a hobbyist out there who wants to do it. Just take it and put it in their backyard or something. Okay, I'm going to at least prepare this mold for the next casting because I will have to cast it. And I might as well cast another turnip today too, just to replace the one that broke up. I'll do it smarter this time and let it cure properly before I take it out of the mold. Just brushing a little vegetable shortening on the inside of the mold to make it easier to take out the cement when the time comes. Okay, time for our creepy, cool, mysterious 3D effect here. I love looking at the inside of the mold like this. Yeah. Okay. that's that. Okay, thanks for watching. My fingers are frozen again, so I got to go in and get some coffee. And I might start the show again um, when I come back out and do some painting on sculptures that I cast last week. So that's been today's disaster, today's minor catastrophe. Thanks a lot.